it's about reinvention. I see this as a very hopeful film. I know I have family that's bedazzled from head to toe. They just get sparklier as they get older. Hi.
Hi. Thanks so much for sitting down with us today. We cannot wait to bring this movie to the big screen at Cineworld Cinemas across the UK. First question. This movie is such a female-empowered movie. You've got so much amazing female talent, including yourself, but also Jamie Lee Curtis and all the the other brilliant women who are in front of the camera, as well as all the brilliant women behind the camera with a female director, female writer, female cinematographer.
Right.
How did that compare to other experiences that you've had in other environments that you've worked in?
Well, I can't really compare it to anything because really this felt like my first experience in the film world where I was actually playing a character in this way. So it was nice, though. It was nice because Gia, she's very soft-spoken but very decisive. She knows exactly what she wants. She had the little clamshell monitor herself instead of having this big video village where a lot of people, like for instance, when I did Naked Gun with Paramount, it was a completely different experience because there's so many people there. And this was very intimate, and to have Autumn Durrell be the cinematographer and even the boom operator was a girl. I mean, it had a lot of female energy, but I don't think it was even planned. But it was very nice in the end to know that we had this sisterhood, and with the cast especially. I mean, Jamie is such a champion for women, and the girls, Billie Lourd and Kiernan Shipka and Brenda Song. I had them over to my house and we'd make vegetable soup together. I teach them how to make roasted vegetable soup. And because it's a real bonding experience to cook together.
I was actually going to ask you about that. So in the film, I noticed that there's quite a lot of scenes sort of set around a table where people are eating. And I also noticed, and I don't know if this is on purpose, but that's my question, that you're sort of awkwardly eating salad while you're on the date, but then with a group of women and with your daughter in the film, you're like eating quite freely and you're having, takeout food and stuff. Is that something that was planned and, kind of showing the different levels of comfort with eating around other people?
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I like it when people see things that, and that it's kind of how it is. I mean, of course that was a choice, but yeah, that's what we do, isn't it? It's funny. And there's a lot of nuances, there's a lot of layers, and for shooting the film in only 18 days, there was a lot of the nostalgia part of it, and the analog versus digital, and the kind of this subconscious connections to out with the old, in with the new, and how this movie's about second chances and about a woman being discarded and discounted, but fighting back with the tools that she has. And the mother-daughter story was really interesting. I think that was really well written. It was a great script, and that Gia had her ideas of the digital versus analog thing, and that Las Vegas itself being a character and showing Las Vegas during the day with all its flaws. It was another parallel, and all these little things. I find that a lot of people come up to me and tell me different things like you just did, and it's some of it is planned and some of it's just magic.
No, beautiful. And is there like one key thing that you're hoping that people will learn from Shelley, and one key thing that you learned from playing her?
I think just acceptance and honor and respect of people's dreams and desires, and how there's no perfect way to be a parent. Judgment, to be that we're all living our own lives the best way we can, and that it's about reinvention. I see this as a very hopeful film. I know I have family that's bedazzled from head to toe. They just get sparklier as they get older, and they've gone through some hard things in their life. So I felt like that was inspiring. That I feel like Shelley probably had a similar childhood to me, and that she overcame things and made happiness a choice, and decided she was going to make her life beautiful no matter what. And I think she will continue to do that. And this is just a crossroads that's really tough to bear. And I feel like seeing all these generations of women hitting the same crossroads and making these choices is really interesting. And how everyone's coming to it a little different. And Annette is the cautionary tale. Like that she's reassessing her life choices and looking at Annette too, thinking, where do I want to go from here? And that's what's so great about a short film. It's not a short film, it's a full feature film, but it's on the shorter end. It's ambiguous in a way, and it leaves room for you to imagine, You know, like poetry, it doesn't all have to be spelled out. And there wasn't time to spell it out, so I like that though. There's some mystery to it.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And I love the line around sort of like mothers are just people too. Like it's such an important message that I feel like it's not talked about enough.
And, you know, that was the only scene I ad-libbed
Oh, amazing.
on the phone.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was something I needed to say.
Yeah.
But I felt Shelley would say that to her daughter, and I loved that she really focused on her dreams and how, like she said, it's doing what not doing what you love is hard. Like, don't do, you have to, a happy life or a fulfilled life is following your passions and your dreams. And, and we raise kids, and it never stops. I used to think, okay, I'm going to have boys, and then when they're 18, but it never ends.
Yeah.
You've created these lives, and you're all in it together, and you do the best you can. But I mean, in my case, I'm very fortunate that we're so close, and that they are so protective of me, and we have businesses together, and it's worked out the way it has. But not everyone's so lucky.
Yeah. No, but it's a beautiful story, and we can't wait to bring it to the big screen. And actually, our Unlimited members will get to see it early, so we can't wait for them to see it before everyone else, and then tell everyone about it.
How do you feel about that? I mean, I hope people are returning to the romantic theater. I think it's a great way to see the film. This film was shot on film, on 16 millimeter, and with these anamorphic lenses that Autumn created that'll never be used for another film. So seeing it on the big screen is special, and I hope people come to the theater to see it, because I think that's where you really get to see it. You can't hide anything.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to share it with everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Doing a job that you don't really love, that's hard.